Welcome everyone, John Doyle for another version of Optics video analysis race of the day. And hopefully you're picking up a lot of things and getting good feedback from people who are learning how to interpret plots better because of some of the information we're giving out. So that's good. It's not easy, but stick with it. I think you'll, the light bulb, when the light bulb goes on, it's great. Okay, so I'm going to look at race 7 at Gulfstream on Super Bowl Sunday. And the first thing I noticed is on that standard plot, you see the 3 kind of stands out. Now, we do have high contention, you see that, the flame, and high speed rating. But looks like the 3 could be speed of the speed if you just kind of looked at the standard plot. And the reason why I'm focusing on this horse, he is the 5-2 morning line favorite. And by the way, I'm not trying to diss anybody, but this morning line just looks off to me. But hopefully it stays the way it is because I think it'll create an opportunity. So the 3 looks like the speed of the speed kind of on that standard plot. The surface distance, you see how below that horse is. And I'm going to show you why. Let's look at the horse's run lines in the grid. Mohawk, his recent races have been really good, but they've been off the turf races. And we know those races tend to really be a little bit thin in terms of class because you got the scratches, you got horses that this is not their preferred surface. So sometimes the horse could dominate there and look better than the race really is. But you just see the recent races have been all around dirt, off the turf, even synthetic, ran okay, but lost 2, won an easy lead and alone and lost both leads. So a little concerned about that. When you flip over and filter on turf races, it gets even a little worse, right? Because this horse looks like kind of could give up an easy lead. So to me, right off the bat, number 3, Mohawk, looks like a vulnerable favorite. So let's look at some of the other contenders in the race. And again, visually, if you were to watch, just look at the plot, 2 horses just stand out, right? The 5 and the 6. So that's the first thing. So I'm going to look at those horses. And then because of the high speed rating and the high contention, you know, you would want to be looking at closers. The 2 and the 8 fit the bill. So we're going to look at those. So I'm going to look at the 5 and the 6, and the 2 and the 8 as possible upsetters in this race. Okay, let's go to the 5. To me, when I started looking at his form, you see a lot of dirt. I just flipped over. He ran okay in his there's only 2 dirt starts, but nothing turf starts, but nothing spectacular. And it was against Lesser at the time. You know, okay. You know, I just 7-2 is kind of short for me. Now, you know, he's kind of, I guess, because of the switch to the maker barn. But to me, I think he lacks value at 7-2. But again, he just plots well. You know, he may sit that kind of mid pack or right off the first flight and make a late run. So I can't argue with people, you know, making a case for him. I just don't think the value is there from a betting perspective. Number 6 looks better to me, and he's kind of sneaky. This is an 8-year-old. Okay, that's tough and to take. You know, sometimes these horses, you know, you think they've had it or what have you. But and he came off. You can see that 1,065-day layoff. That's over 3 years. He came back, he ran a dull 66 against better horses. At this level, I'm sorry, at this level. But it was an off the turf race. Came back again, got another off the turf race, improved 13 points though. I'm wondering if the switch, because if you look at the other, you know, dirt races this horse has had, they've been slow. So when you compare that to his turf races, it's like night and day. So could this horse kind of jump up another 9 points? Not out of the realm, right? This horse is capable of running in the 95 stakes placed horse in a stakes winner, non-graded stakes winner on the turf. You got to kind of like this the jockey change here from Barrios to Ortiz. Can't hurt that. Ortiz knows the horse. Ran a very good race with him on this track way back when. I don't know which Ortiz that is, but anyway. Get the point that the jockey used a jockey upgrade, back to preferred service, plots beautifully. I mean, some of that plot is based on older form, but still, this horse looks a lot better now. This morning line just seems ridiculous to me, 15-1. I just don't see anywhere near that. But let's hope. Okay, so number 6, Archer Road looks like a value play. I don't think he's going to be a long shot play based on what I think projecting I think that, you know, eventual odds are going to be, but still a value play, especially with that plot. Now the closers, let's look at them. I'm going to look at them in order that I like the 2 the better, so I'm gonna look at the 8 first. A horse coming off a layoff, kind of been doing his running at Woodbine. Fast enough to win this race. Just don't know with the layoff and the new trainer switch. My doubts. Okay, 9-2 just seems way too short. The better of the closers in terms of price and value has got to be the 2. This horse last race, he's just kind of overmatched in that race. Was running on synthetic, running low 80s, and that may be good enough to maybe get a piece in here at a big price. Capable on turf, nothing spectacular, but if they really kind of heat up in the front, you can come running. I'm looking for this horse, maybe to get a piece at a price. So he's kind of my long shot play in this race. So kind of a review. The 3 is the favorite, vulnerable if he is the favorite. 5 and 6 look like the best stalkers, and 6 looks the preferred play just based on value. 2 and 8 are the closers who should come running late, and prefer the 2. Maybe getting a piece over the 8. Okay, it's John Doyle from OptixEQ. Oh, before we close off, I just thought just take a look at one other horse at Santa Anita. I just think this is a horse that I'm not going to go into the race, but I'm just thinking a horse that might be sneaky here. It's race 8 at Santa Anita tomorrow. This is a horse that is coming 3rd race off a layoff. Doesn't catch the strongest of fields. So there's this. Well, so he's had a layoff and then another layoff. Not great, but he noticed the 2 races that he ran on the way back. One was a prep, as we projected, and the other one, this horse had all kinds of trouble that we excused the race. This horse just runs back to some of the form that he's capable of running back to, like 90s, low 90s, high 80s. This horse is someone to look at. Yeah, this is race 8. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this race. Just that's it. Just take a look at him yourself. But just a horse that may look better than his form looks, and he's 15-1 in the morning line. Okay, well, that's it for me, John Doyle. Thanks for listening, and have a great Super Bowl Sunday.